Hi, my name's Jessie Foote. Fun fact about me, I've been playing hockey since I was 3 years old. Um, so for my presentation, I chose to do the French film The Untouchables. Um, I chose this film because I watched it in high school in my French class, and I really liked it. It's a pretty good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Um, my title for my presentation is Unpredicted Friendship. So the film is about a quadriplegic named Philip. He hires this man Driss as his in-home caretaker. Um, the movie starts out with Philip interviewing people for the job, and Driss walks in and he just has this sheet that he has to get signed that says he was interviewed and denied so he can get benefit checks. Turns out Philip really likes him and hires him, so just goes back the next day, and he was on a couple-week trial about just to test out how he would do, and he learns about Philip's injury and what he has to do and how to take care of him day to day. It was an interesting relationship. Driss isn't anything like Philip or Philip's friends or anything, and Philip's trusted advisors and friends really worried about the relationship and having Driss in the house because they did research on him and found out a lot about his past and found out he had just been in prison for 6 months for robbery, so they were really concerned, but Philip just kind of pushes it aside because he says that Driss is the first caretaker that hasn't looked at him as a disabled person. He's respected him and treated him equal, and Philip really appreciated and liked that. So as the movie goes on, they get closer and closer. They have fun. They go places. They do all this stuff, and they just start to form a really good friendship and relationship. And they open up about their past. And Philip is telling him how his wife died before they had kids, and his accident. He was paragliding, and there was an accident. That's how he became paralyzed. And then Driss opens up about his life, how he was adopted by his aunt and uncle, and they had a bunch of kids, and how Driss kind of became like a caretaker and helped them out with a lot of stuff. And they're talking about stuff, and Philip has an adopted daughter, and Driss really doesn't like her because she's kind of a spoiled brat, and she talks to them very disrespectfully and stuff. So Driss has a problem with it, and he takes care of it, whatever. But he starts to tell Philip more and more about his family and how they rely on him a lot, and how his cousin ends up getting in trouble with a gang, and he really needs help. So he stays with Driss and Philip for a while in Philip's house, and then Philip finally lets Driss go because he really doesn't want him to be taken away from his family, and he says he doesn't want him, pushing a wheelchair for the rest of his life when he could be taking care of his family. So Philip ends up hiring a new at-home caretaker, and he doesn't like him. Philip starts to get depressed and not happy, stops taking care of himself, and one of his assistants gets really worried about him, so she reaches out to Driss, and they have a reunion, and they have a really fun time, and it was just a really heartwarming end to the movie. So that's how the movie ends, is they have their reunion and say goodbye, but know they're still going to be a huge impact on each other's lives. So my thesis for the film is that people can unexpectedly make a huge impact in your life. You never know who is going to change your life forever, and that's kind of what happened between Philip and Driss. Philip didn't expect that Driss would make that much of an impact, and Driss didn't even want the job when he went there. So to go from not wanting a job and then having this huge impact on someone's life that also is affecting your life, it was huge. And the main themes of the film are friendship and respect, and that can relate to so many different things, not even just movies and stories and stuff, but I guess if I were to relate it to something we watched in class, I would say in the film Vauvert, all the friends that came together and helped her restart the business, and she asked them for a bunch of things, and they just kind of, without question, gave her stuff to help her. So I guess that's the friendship part, that they were a big impact on her life, and all she did was just ask them for stuff. And the conclusion, I just think it's a feel-good movie, and really highlights the importance of friendship and respect in friendship, and just how some people can change your life, even the people we least expect. So my three questions are, how important is friendship to you? Do you feel that with your friendship you have impacted someone's life? Like any of your friendships, have you impacted someone's life? And the third one is, do you think respect is important in friendships, and why?